24 days. That's all that stands between us and the opening whistle at the Azteca. 24 days until Mexico and South Africa walk out in front of 83,000 people, and the 2026 FIFA World Cup officially begins. And I've spent the last 3 months going back and forth on my predictions, changing my mind, looking at squads, studying the bracket, watching the injury reports pile up, and I finally landed somewhere. Some of these picks are going to make you angry, some of them are going to make you laugh. A couple of them, I genuinely believe, are going to age extremely well. But here's what I'll say before I give you a single prediction. Everything in this video is based on the actual confirmed squads, the actual confirmed groups, and the actual betting markets as of this week. No guesswork, no made-up storylines, just the honest football analysis of someone who has watched this tournament's build-up obsessively. Let's start with something nobody is saying out loud. The team I think has the highest chance of winning this World Cup is not the bookmaker's favorite. It's not the defending champion, and it's not the team with the most stars on paper. I'll get to that in a moment, but first, let's go group by group quickly, because some of these groups are settled in about 10 seconds, and some of them are genuinely fascinating. Group A: Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, Czechia. Mexico topped this group. Home advantage, the Azteca behind them, 100,000 security personnel, 83,000 people for every home match. Mexico top Group A. But here's my pick nobody's making. South Korea second. The Czechia hype is real, but South Korea's pressing structure is among the most synchronized in international football right now, and they have proven players at the top clubs. Czechia third, South Africa out. Group B: Canada, Switzerland, Qatar, Bosnia. Switzerland first. This is one of the most underrated squads in the tournament. Granit Xhaka at 32, playing the best football of his career at Bayer Leverkusen. Xherdan Shaqiri bringing experience. Manuel Akanji marshalling a solid defense. Switzerland topped this group, and I don't think it's particularly close. Canada second. Home soil, BMO Field in Toronto. First ever World Cup match on Canadian ground. They go through. Qatar and Bosnia fight for third, but neither gets through. Group C: Brazil, Morocco, Scotland, Haiti. Brazil first. Whatever's going on with the injury list, and it's genuinely bad, Vinicius Jr., Rafinha, and the replacement Neymar are still enough quality for the group stage. Morocco second. Scotland and Haiti exit. But here's the take. Morocco finished second in this group and nobody bats an eyelid. This is their group stage floor, not their ceiling. Group D: the United States, Paraguay, Australia, Turkey. This is the group I've changed my mind on the most. The United States have home advantage, Christian Pulisic, Folarin Balogun, and a genuinely motivated squad. But Turkey, confirmed through the UEFA playoffs with Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Kenan Yıldız, and Arda Güler, are on paper the strongest team here. Turkey first, USA second, Paraguay third, Australia out. And I want to be clear about this. USA going through as second in their group is not a failure. The bracket path matters, and I'll come back to that. Group E: Germany, Ecuador, Ivory Coast, Curaçao. Germany first. They have to be. Wirtz, Musiala, Kimmich, Gundogan. Even without Gnabry, this squad has quality. Ecuador second, and their defense with Pacho and Caicedo is genuinely elite. Ivory Coast third. Curaçao, the smallest nation in World Cup history at 155,000 people, exits, but I hope they enjoy every second. Group H: the Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, Tunisia. The Netherlands first. Van Dijk, Gravenberch, Gakpo, De Jong. Despite losing Xavi Simons to injury, they have more than enough to top this group. Japan second, and I will die on this hill. Japan's pressing synchrony is world-class. Their goalkeeper, Zion Suzuki, has been outstanding. They've beaten Germany and Spain in recent tournaments. Japan finished second in Group F. Sweden third, Tunisia out. Group G: Belgium, Egypt, Iran, New Zealand. Belgium first. Their golden age might be aging, but De Bruyne, fit, confirmed, and motivated, is still one of the best midfielders on earth. Egypt second, with Mohamed Salah expected fit and ready. Iran third, New Zealand out. Group H: Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay.
Spain topped this group by distance. Lamine Yamal has a hamstring issue but is expected to be fit. The squad, with Pedri, Gavi back, Nico Williams if his muscle injury clears, Dani Olmo, Morata, Ferran Torres, is as complete as any in the tournament. Uruguay's second under Marcelo Bielsa. His high-octane aggressive system with Valverde and Nunez makes them genuinely dangerous. Cape Verde third, Saudi Arabia out. Group I: France, Senegal, Norway, Iraq. Here's where things get interesting, because this is the group of death. Three teams who could all realistically make the quarterfinals are fighting for two automatic spots. France first. That's obvious. Look at this squad. Mbappe 1 goal from being France's all-time top scorer, Dembélé as the reigning Ballon d'Or winner, Olise, Cherki, Barcola, Thuram. Arsène Wenger himself said France are the favorites, and Wenger knows a thing or two about reading talent. Senegal second, Sadio Mane in what is likely his final World Cup, Ismaïla Sarr wide, a defensive structure that makes them hard to break down. Experience from 2022, they finish second. Norway, Holland, Odegaard, Olival atmosphere translated to Houston, go out third. This is painful, but it's the group of death for a reason. Iraq out. Group J: Argentina, Algeria, Austria, Jordan. Argentina first, Messi. At 38, in his last World Cup, Argentina are built for knockout football. Scaloni's system, Martinez in goal, Romero in defense if he stays fit, they top the group. Algeria second. This is my pick. They have Riyad Mahrez, Ismail Benasser, and importantly, a squad built specifically around the 48-team format with depth that suits the extra round of knockout football. Austria third. Jordan out. Group K: Portugal, Congo DR, Uzbekistan, Colombia. Portugal first. This is Ronaldo's last World Cup. Bruno Fernandes organizing play, Rafael Leao on the left, Vitinha controlling tempo, Ruben Diaz marshalling the defense. They walk this group. Colombia second. Luis Diaz, James Rodriguez, John Duran, enough quality to finish second. Congo DR third. Uzbekistan, first ever World Cup appearance, out. Group L: England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama. England first. Thomas Tuchel's side kept a clean sheet in every qualifying game. Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden, both expected fit, are the spine of something that could be very good. Harry Kane leads the line. England topped this group comfortably. Croatia second. Ghana third. Panama out. Right, group's done. Now let's talk about the knockout stage. And this is where my actual shock predictions are. The round of 32 format is new. 48 teams, 12 groups, top 2 from each plus the 8 best third-place finishers go into a round of 32. That's 4 extra matches before the round of 16. And that extra round, in the middle of a North American summer with enormous distances between host cities, is gonna hurt some teams more than others. The teams that will struggle in this format are the ones with thin squads and high-maintenance stars who can't handle load management. The teams that will thrive are the ones with depth, tactical flexibility, and coaching staffs who know how to rotate. That's important. Hold that thought. My round of 32 picks, just the ones worth stopping on. Japan beat Germany. I know how that sounds. But Japan have done this before, in Qatar, against a stronger German squad. Nagelsmann's side without Gnabry, with the goalkeeping uncertainty after Ter Stegen's hamstring, and with the question marks over Musiala's full fitness after his leg injury, this is exactly the kind of match where Japan set up deep, hit on the counter, and the German fans have flashbacks to 2018 and 2022. Japan win this. It is my biggest upset prediction, and I am fully prepared to be wrong, but I've thought about it too long to take it out. Uruguay beat Colombia. Bielsa's system overwhelms Colombian midfield in transition. Valverde is unplayable in this format. Uruguay go through. Morocco beat Scotland. This should not be a surprise to anyone. Norway, as a best third-place finisher, beats Switzerland in the round of 32. This is tight, very tight, but Norway in a knockout game against a team that was never expected to face him, Norway through. Everyone else goes as expected. France, Spain, England, Portugal, Netherlands, Brazil, Argentina all come through the round of 32 without too much drama. Round of 16.
here's where my bracket really diverges from the consensus. France versus Japan. France win. Japan's fairy tale ends here. Spain versus Uruguay. This is the match of the round of 16. Lamine Yamal against Bielsa's press. De La Fuente's possession against Uruguay's aggression. I'm going Spain, but it goes to extra time. Lamine Yamal scores the winner, the moment of the tournament so far. England versus Morocco. Here is my second major upset. Morocco, who reached the semifinal in Qatar, who beat Spain and Portugal, who have a defensive system coached to repel exactly the kind of direct, set-piece-oriented football England play under Tuchel, beat England. Morocco, through. England out in the round of 16 for the third consecutive World Cup. I am sorry, I am not sorry. Brazil versus Algeria. Brazil win, but Algeria make it uncomfortable. Mahrez scores, Vinicius equalizes, Brazil through 2-1. Argentina versus the Netherlands, one of the matches of the tournament. In Qatar, they played out one of the greatest games in World Cup history before Argentina won on penalties. Here, with a Van Dijk who is 34 and a Messi who is 38, both playing potentially their last World Cup on the same stage, Argentina win on penalties again. Some stories just keep repeating themselves. Portugal versus Norway. Ronaldo, Holland, one Golden Boot winner against the other. It's everything. Portugal win 2-1, Ronaldo scores the winner from the penalty spot. The entire stadium holds its breath for 30 seconds and then erupts. France versus Senegal. This is a difficult one. Mame against his former Liverpool colleague Saliba. France have the better squad on paper, but Senegal are experienced now. They're organized, and they don't fear France the way teams used to fear France. France win 1-0, Mbappe, of course. Spain versus Morocco. Two teams with genuine history. Morocco had arguably the tournament's best defensive display in Qatar, but Spain at full strength with Yamal and Williams on both flanks and Bedri pulling strings through the middle, Spain win 1-0 after extra time. Quarterfinals. France versus Spain. This is the match every football fan in the world wants to see, and the bracket has delivered it one round before the final. Two of the best three squads in the tournament. Mbappe against Yamal, Dembele against Nico Williams, Tchouaméni against Bedri. I'm going France, and here's my reasoning. France have youth and system and flair, but France have Mbappe one goal from France's all-time scoring record, playing in what could be Didier Deschamps' final tournament as manager, with a squad that has been rebuilt for exactly this kind of high-pressure knockout match. France's bench, Cherki, Doué, Barcola, Thuram, is better than Spain's bench. In a close game, that depth matters. France 1-0. Mbappe scores it, breaks the record, and the whole football world stops for about 90 seconds. Brazil versus Portugal. This is the one. Vinicius against Rubens Diaz. Ronaldo on one side of the pitch, Rafinha on the other. Brazil have lost in the quarterfinal in the last three tournaments. Portugal have Ronaldo's last World Cup as the emotional fuel for an entire squad. I'm going Portugal. 2-1. Ronaldo doesn't score, that would be too clean. Bruno Fernandes scores one, Leao scores one, Ronaldo assists the second. Argentina versus Morocco. Morocco make the quarterfinals for the second consecutive World Cup. The whole football world is talking about them again. And then they run into the defending champions. Argentina win, Messi scores, it's the last goal of his World Cup career. 2-1. Germany versus... Wait. I had Japan beating Germany in the round of 32, so this bracket changes. Let me correct myself. If Japan beat Germany, and they do in my prediction, then Japan meet the Netherlands in the round of 16. Netherlands beat Japan. Then Netherlands face Argentina in the quarterfinal, just as I described. Argentina win on penalties. Semifinals. France versus Argentina, the 2022 final rematch. Mbappe versus Messi, the two best players on earth. The revenge final, the story the whole tournament has been building towards. And Argentina win. I know I just said France beat Spain and Portugal beat Brazil, and the bracket has been building towards France. But here's the truth. Argentina, with Messi at 38, carrying the weight of a generation, playing a semifinal against a team that nearly stopped him from winning his first World Cup 4 years ago. Argentina win. Extra time, 1-0. Messi doesn't score. He doesn't need to. The team wins it for him. Portugal versus Morocco. Two semifinalists from different continents. Ronaldo's last chance at a final, Morocco making history again. Portugal win 2-1. Ronaldo scores this time, of course he does. The final. MetLife Stadium, July 19th. Argentina versus Portugal. Messi versus Ronaldo. The final argument settled on the biggest stage of all. 38 versus 41. One World Cup winner against the man who has never won one. Two footballing generations, two different paths to greatness. 90 minutes to decide which one gets the last word. And my pick, my final, my prediction that I am putting on record right now, Argentina win. 2-1. Extra time. Emiliano Martinez saves a Ronaldo penalty in the final minute of extra time, and Argentine players collapse to the floor, and Messi lifts a trophy for the second time, the last act of the greatest football career any of us will ever see. Does it feel scripted? Yes. Is it too neat? Absolutely. But football has a way of writing exactly the stories it needs to write, and this is the story the sport has been building towards for 6 years. Argentina, World Cup champions 2026. Now, I know most of you disagree with at least half of what I just said. The Japan prediction, England going out in the round of 16, France losing the semifinal after beating Spain. Tell me where I'm wrong. Drop your full predictions in the comments. Who's winning it? Who's your biggest upset? And which team do you think I've been most unfair to? If this gave you something to argue about, which I fully expect it did, hit the like button. It helps the channel more than you know. Subscribe if you're not already, because we're doing this every day now until July 19th. This is football. Nothing is certain, except that it's going to be extraordinary. See you in the next one.